So lately, I have been talking a lot about Xbox because, I mean, I'm an Xbox YouTuber. What do you expect me to do here? But obviously, there's been lots of questions, lots of controversies surrounding Xbox very recently, and a lot of that is stemming from the whole Game Pass situation. Now, I think Game Pass is cool. I've been a subscriber to Game Pass for a very long time, but increasing the price of Game Pass definitely did not sit well with a lot of people. Obviously, this was spurned on by Call of Duty, even though they put their hand on the Bible in court and said, no, Call of Duty's not going to make the price of Game Pass go up. That was a lie. Enjoy burning in the eternal pit of fire for the rest of your lives, Microsoft lawyers and whoever testified saying those sorts of things. But obviously, raising the price of Game Pass was a bitter pill to swallow. Yes, you could play some old Ubisoft games now. There's a Fortnite thing, but I feel like if you wanted to play those old Ubisoft games, you probably bought them when they were on sale for $5 and $10. Or if you were a big Fortnite person, you already have the little Fortnite package that they have that I think cost $11 or $12 a month. But this video, it's going to be a bit weird because at first you're not going to understand it. You're going to be like, well, this doesn't really match the title of the video. You know, what's going on here? But by the end of the video, everything will be crystal clear. So you need to watch this entire video. Trust me, we're going down a rabbit hole with this. But the more I think about this, the more it annoys me. And the more it annoys me, the more I figure to myself, well, it's probably going to annoy someone else. Either that or I'm going to look really crazy. So what am I talking about here? What is going on? What is the bane of my existence with what I'm talking about in today's video? Well, Xbox or Microsoft delays Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price hikes for some subscribers. Well, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Current subscribers in some European countries won't be affected by Microsoft Game Pass price hikes just yet. And when you scroll down here, you get some interesting information. Now, I'm not sure how many viewers I have in places like Germany, Ireland, South Korea, Poland, and India. But if I have viewers there, let me know in the comments down below. You know, rep your city, rep your gangs, do whatever, man. At this time, these increases will only affect new purchases and will not affect your current subscription for the market in which you reside, as long as you are on an auto-recurring plan, explains Microsoft in an email that was sent to some Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers overnight. Should you choose to cancel your plan and repurchase, you will be charged at the new current rate. Microsoft has confirmed to The Verge that the email is genuine and it's not impacting subscribers in the US or UK. Our recent Game Pass update remains unchanged. Current subscribers in certain countries will continue renewing at their existing price for now, in line with local requirements. We'll provide advance notice before price adjustments take effect in these countries, says Carrie Perez, head of Xbox Communications, in a statement to The Verge. Well, Carrie, you head of Xbox Communications, why would you even have that job? So you look here. And this is the email that went out. Recently, you may have heard about the changes to the price of Xbox Game Pass subscriptions. At this time, these increases will only affect new purchases and will not affect your current subscription for the market in which you reside. So basically what we just said, thank you for being an Xbox Game Pass subscriber. We'll continue to strive to deliver you high quality games, amazing value, and an incredible gaming experience. So you're sitting here, you're looking at this, you know, my countrymen, you know, I don't know if, you know, grandma's side of the family, if we still have, you know, we do have people there. I don't know if they're Xbox owners utilizing Game Pass. I might have to reach out to her and ask next time I talk to her. But of course, this is because of local regulations on things when it comes to having to change the price of it. So when you're looking at this, you're like, well, wait a minute, RGT. What's the downside of this? You know, some people get to have a delay in their price hike for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. They won't have to pay the new prices as long as they stay subscribed. You know, if they cancel their subscription and then come back to the foray, then of course they have the new prices because this is how it is in these regions due to laws. And here's where I get annoyed. Because if you take a step back and you actually think about this, why the hell is this only applicable if there is a law in place? Also, I hit my elbow very hard in the shower today, so hit that subscribe button if you are new and like the video, because that will make me feel better, because this is very uncomfortable. But why the hell does it take a literal act of Congress in these regions? I don't know if they call it Congress in some of these places, but why does it take a government act in order to keep the price the same for recurring subscribers? Where is your loyalty, Xbox? If you decided to do this in all regions, hey, you're a Game Pass member? You've been a Game Pass member for this many years? Well, as long as you stay on Game Pass, we're not going to raise the price of your subscription. This will just be for new adopters only. And should you choose to end your Game Pass subscription, then we will charge you this new rate. Thus, keeping brand loyalty. Keeping people that have Game Pass wanting to keep Game Pass. Because as I sit right here, you know, there are sometimes 2-3 months where I don't touch anything on Game Pass. So if that is the case, why would I want to stay at the price point that it is going up to when I can just cancel my subscription and then get it for a month when it has a game that I want to play that more than likely I'll beat, you know, in a week or so, depending on the length of it, and then cancel my subscription again? This would create brand loyalty. This would create an incentive for people to keep their Game Pass subscription. Are you hurting for money that bad that you need this extra $10 out of people every month? Is that what this is about? Like, the optics of this are just crazy, because you're having to bend the knee to a local government, but you don't give a shit about the people that brought you to where you are, that have been members of Game Pass, that sat there and sat through upgraded prices on things, that sat through, you know, games being removed off of Game Pass because of licensing issues, the people that are now losing their DLC and getting added in additional Ubisoft stuff. Am I the only one who thinks this is crazy? Am I the only one who sees this and it's like, well, wait a minute. Shouldn't there be some loyalty to the people who have been a subscriber of Game Pass? Because, spoiler alert, Xbox, you're not going to magically get a bunch of people to sign up for Game Pass now with this increased pricing structure, okay? You're not going to do it. Those Ubisoft games, those freaking Fortnite thing, it's not going to reel in the consumer here. So why wouldn't you want to keep your existing consumer base of Game Pass Ultimate? Isn't $20 a month? Okay, this is the way I think about it. And I know that this flies over a lot of people's heads and they're like, you can't think about it like that. No, I can think about it like this, because this is my mentality. If I'm Xbox and I'm like, well, I can make $20 a month, or I can make $30 a month, or I can make $0 a month. Obviously, the $30 is going to be the ideal point. The $20 is satisfactory. The $0 is not good. So if people are canceling their subscription because you went up to $30 when you were getting $20 from them, thus now you're getting $0 from them, what if you just kept the price the same and said, this is for new subscribers? If you cancel your subscription, then you're in at this new rate. You know, that's just how it's going to be, thus keeping an incentive, thus making the $20 a month off of people, instead of people that are now canceling their subscription. So now your Game Pass numbers are going to start to dwindle, which is going to piss off the investors. They're going to have questions about this. Well, what are you doing? How are you doing it? You know, what are you going to do to increase this? The whole point of buying Call of Duty, Activision Blizzard, was to get Game Pass to go up, but that didn't really work out all that well. So now you're resulting to raising the price of something, and people are tapping out. Am I the only one who sees this? Am I the only one who thinks this way? Because I feel like there has to be people watching this video that are like, yeah, you know what, that does make sense. You do need some sort of loyalty program. You do need some sort of brand loyalty, especially people that have been subscribed to Game Pass for literally years. You can't throw them a bone. You could take all these dumbass influencers out to lunch and fly them out to events to come hang out and check out the future of Xbox. You know, I'm sure that costs a little bit more than $20 a month. You can afford all that to get your good publicity and stuff like that. But when the shit hits the fan, you're just like, we gotta charge you more. Sorry, pal. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I hope you see my point of view on this. I hope you see and understand why, optically speaking, this whole thing just sucks. It sucks. And it's not going to get, people are like, oh, maybe Xbox will bend the knee and, ow, it hurt. Maybe Xbox will bend the knee and, change. They're not changing anything, pal. They're not doing anything. What's done is done. You don't like it? Well, don't play on Xbox anymore. Don't be a Game Pass subscriber. And eventually, that's going to catch up to them as well. Because people, they're not feeling this new price increase, especially if you're a more casual gamer. Yes, if you play every single Xbox game and every single game that comes to Game Pass, there is inherently value in it. But you're also paying money to get those third-party games on there as well. How much money are you spending to get the game onto Game Pass? Because now the developer realizes the game probably isn't going to sell on Xbox anymore. So you're giving them a bag, but the bag that you are acquiring is from charging people $30 a month, which is going to make that bag smaller, which will then make you have less money to give to the third-party companies, which will then make the third-party companies just be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be on Game Pass. See how all this works? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. I told you, we're going off the rails a little bit here. But I think I make a good point. Like, why not just do that? Make it for new subscribers. You're getting this price. Thank you to all the people who have stuck around for our bullshit. Thank you to all the people who stuck around after we canceled Perfect Dark and all these other games and stuff like that, and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed all of these games over and over again. Thank you. Here's your incentive. Here's your reward for being a loyal customer. But it doesn't matter, because the customer doesn't matter. The shareholder matters. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Oh, my elbow. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.